There's always an air of disappointment when a respected franchise jumps into a different genre. This was certainly evident upon the announcement of Hey Pikmin, which, in addition to committing the cardinal sin of inserting an exclamation mark in the middle of the title, has completely jettisoned the series' novel take on real-time strategy in favour of a 2D platformer. While this disappointment will surely persist for die-hard fans of the original, those willing to give Hey Pikmin a chance will find that there's actually a pretty decent platformer lurking under the purloined IP. Playing, as ever, as the galaxy's worst starship pilot, Captain Olimar, you very quickly adopt the default position of crash landing on an uncharted planet. As luck would have it, this new world is populated by the titular Pikmin, little plant-like creatures who respond to your whistle. With the aid of these handy little slaves, your task is to make your way through a generous supply of linear missions, solving environmental puzzles and engaging in light combat in order to gather the necessary materials to repair and refuel your ship. You control Olimar's movement directly using the left slider, whilst tapping on the touchscreen with your right thumb will fling a Pikmin. This causes the Pikmin to react to whatever you throw them at, whether this is retrieving resources, knocking down obstacles, building bridges lemming style, or kicking the local wildlife's backside. Light strategy is introduced through different coloured Pikmin being suited to different tasks. For example, the red Pikmin are resistant to fire, the yellows can be thrown further and are resistant to electricity, and the blues are handy underwater. It's also worth attempting to keep as many of the little guys alive in each level as you can, not only because they let out a heart-chilling anguished cry when they bite the dust, but also because you carry on working them when you bring them back to Pikmin Park. This acts as a metagame between levels where you can assign your surplus Pikmin to mine the various areas for extra fuel for your ship. Fears that the Pikmin name has merely been slapped onto a random platformer are thankfully not well founded, as Hey Pikmin feels extremely well put together. The use of the Pikmin heavily distinguishes it from the likes of Mario and Rayman, and we particularly appreciated the focus on puzzles rather than precision platforming. Each individual level can be completed in around 10 to 15 minutes, which suits the nature of the handheld format, and these, in addition to the metagame, combine to offer a decent total playing time befitting of a full game. The care that's clearly been put into the gameplay also extends to the presentation. Although 3D has disappointingly not been used, the levels are cleverly displayed using both screens to form a single window on the world. This really serves the art style, which renders the levels in slightly blurry pastel shades that make the game look like a gorgeous coloured charcoal painting that's been brought to life. This is matched by the charming music that expertly interprets the Pikmin style to exude a quirky sense of innocent exploration and charm. In terms of flaws, the Pikmin themselves can occasionally frustrate in terms of their simple AI. While there weren't many areas of the game where they got caught on bits of scenery or wandered off in the wrong direction, the fact that they tend to drop dead when they lose sight of Olimar for more than a few seconds added to the annoyance. The gentle challenge provided by the game also makes it difficult in places to determine which areas of the levels are supposedly secret areas, as picking the wrong route can lead to a point of no return that necessitates a replay of the level for completionists wanting to hoover up all of the treasure. Speaking of the difficulty curve, whilst we appreciated its steady nature, those who enjoy a masochistic level of challenge in their platformers will not find one here. Although Hey Pikmin has diverged from its predecessors in terms of its genre, it nevertheless shares the charming style, the unique Pikmin utilisation mechanics, and the overall quality of its forebears to make a surprisingly solid platformer that never feels half-arsed. Those seeking a crazy challenge should probably stick to indies, but for those of you who fancy an enjoyable puzzle platformer that feels perfectly at home in a handheld format, Hey Pikmin is well worthy of your consideration. We're giving it a score of 83%, which on our review scale is very good. Hey Pikmin is a charming and enjoyable 2D platformer that makes excellent use of the Pikmin formula.